If Jesus had to look down at your life now, would he be happy with the person that you have become?
Would he be happy? I would say no, because why? Because I still have a lot to do.
Someone out there wants to know. Actually, they want to hear.
As I continue walking that path, maybe not a maybe, a definite that I will see God's hand halfway through.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Deep Chats. I'm your host Kuzwai, and as always, I am joined by yet another electrifying guest. I'm not sure what his actual government name is because he won't tell us. But yeah, the internet knows him as Chris Perry J. Let's get to know who Chris Perry J is. My brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you, bro.
I'm good, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
No, likewise. So tell us something. Our people want to know who is Chris Perry and what brings you here today.
Well, my name is Chris Perry J. You know, don't worry about the government.
What does the P mean? What does the P for?
P, it's Perry. Actually, you know, Perry, it's a name I got in high school. It was a nickname I got in high school. I used to play rugby.
Oh, okay.
My favorite rugby player was Perry Baker. We played the same positions and whatever, so
that's where the name
he was
came
my
from.
biggest inspiration, basically. So it became, they used to call me Perry Baker. So after high school, I'm like, you know what, take out Baker, keep Perry.
Okay.
Then
And the
Chris
J?
is short of Christopher.
Oh, your name is Christopher?
Yeah, Christopher.
Okay.
And then J, don't worry about it.
What does the J mean?
J is my actual government name, but you know, I carry it and Mary J. So you guys will figure out that one in the future.
Okay, no worries, guys. If you find out what the J means, let us know in the comment section. I'm dying to know what it means. So you wanted to be a rugby player, is that right?
Yeah.
So what happened to that?
Hey, bro, a lot happened, bro. Well, I played club rugby. Actually, I was trying. I wouldn't say I was really good, but I was trying. And then my last game, actually during my club rugby season,
Yeah.
playing overage, I got injured, and then you know,
But what is
parents.
overage?
I was young, playing in
For an older
age
team.
group. Yeah,
So it means you were good.
I was trying, bro. So like I got injured, then yeah, parents. It was serious.
Oh.
So parents got involved. They're like, nah, you should stop this, stop that, you know, whatever. So it kind of discouraged me and set me back. During the setback, then you know, I'm like, it's not worth it, bro.
You know, I did a little bit of digging, and some associates told me about you know, your high school days. So I found out. Tell me if this is false or not. So I found out that Chris Perry J played rugby, but not for the school he attended, but actually for a rival school. Is that true? Well, how did that come about? Like, how did you end up playing for your rival school, and how did you how did that all come about? Because I don't understand it.
Ish, bro. You know, I like nice things.
Ah.
No, you know, my school didn't have rugby, so I was like, you know,
Oh.
actually, you know, it's a friend that took me there.
Okay.
I had this other friend that went to a different school too and played for that school. And like, I used to admire him. You know, it looks like he's cool. I'm not gonna lie, when I started playing rugby, it was like to impress girls.
So you're one of those ones. Eh?
That's how we started.
Okay.
That's how we started.
Now we don't judge. We don't
You know,
judge.
and then, you know, he always looked buff, you know, t-shirts are tight. I'm like, you know what?
I want that.
I want that. Let me try that.
But now you buff. T-shirts are tight.
No,
You
not shit, bro.
get it,
I
eh?
lost a bit of weight, but we'll keep pushing.
It'll come back strong. Eh?
We'll come back strong.
So then, you know, my little source told me about what happened. I don't know if this was after your injury or before the injury, but at some point you started, was it vlogging? You started vlogging, actually. And around that time, my source says you were more popular at the school you played rugby for, which was your rival
Oh,
school.
yeah.
So you actually gained fame at your rival school before your actual school.
You know, it all started, you know, we should, I don't think we should underestimate how much we can learn from people, you know. It all started at the rugby school, at the rugby team.
Okay.
You know, with my teammates, we go to rugby games, you know, we make jokes and whatever. And then I used to crack dry jokes, bro. I used to crack dry jokes. And the gents would laugh. They laugh at the fact that the joke is dry.
Not because it's funny.
Not because it's funny. They laugh at the fact that the joke is dry. And then we had this other teammate that had this bottle called Super Dry. You know, every time I crack a joke, he takes it out. And then they laugh.
Oh.
So one of my teammates, his name is Reka's clone. He told me, no, you should start a YouTube channel. You're funny. And I'm like, funny? And then I underestimated what he said until lockdown. During lockdown, that's why I was like, you know what, let me give this thing a shot. So I started, videos are not online right now. I took everything down.
Why?
They were bad, bro.
Why?
You know, I stand in front of the camera. To make a 5 minutes video, it takes like 5 hours. So like, him and a few gents told me, you should start a YouTube channel. You know, you're funny, give it a shot. And I'm like, you know, I'll consider it. But I never took it into consideration until lockdown. You know, we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I gave it a shot and it happened to work out.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I've seen some of your stuff actually before you took it down. I was a fan, so I won't tell you how. But yes. So someone out there wants to know. Actually, they want to hear. Give us one super dry joke that you made. Like one famous one that everyone was like, Do you have one for us?
Guys, it's a long time, bro. How many
Just
years
for
has it been?
But I mean, if you're funny, you're funny. I'm sure you still got it.
No, maybe now I'm too funny, bro.
Let's hear one.
I'm scared they might laugh too hard.
That's the point, isn't it?
You see, that's a joke on its own.
Okay. Guys, can I borrow someone's bottle? I just need to.
Hey, what was his name? I forgot his name. You must take out that super dry and put it here.
We'll look for it and we'll get that bottle for you.
He's gonna see this.
So now transitioning from that, how did life now take shape from that point where you started making your videos? What happened? Who helped you? Who gave you a hand? You know, who shut the door in your face? Tell us the whole story. What happened?
Bro, you know, I feel like in life you meet everyone for a reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that comes to your life, whether it's for something bad, something good, you learn something out of it. You get life experiences. So along the way, you know, I had people that were there, people that were not there. You know, there was ups and downs, got into depression, you know, lockdown, stuff like that. So I feel like I wouldn't say if I got to know the right people, I would have been far than I am right now. But I feel like I met everyone for a reason. If I didn't meet them sooner, I was going to meet them late and get what I experienced earlier, you know, later on in life, which could have set me even way back. Which is why, you know, sometimes I talk to God and be like, you know, show me the way, you know, like, help me in what I do. And then that's where you find, okay, things start falling apart. But instead of saying, why me, why everything's going like this in my life, you find that you're in a better situation than someone else.
True that, eh?
Other people are, like someone maybe lost a parent yesterday, today. As long as you have a roof over your head, you eat every day, bro, you're richer than a lot of people.
True, eh? True. You know, Bob Marley once said, so somebody, it was in an interview when they asked him if he considers himself to be rich. Then he asked the interviewer, what do you consider as richness? Is it possessions? The interviewer asked him, do you have many possessions? Bob Marley said, no, I don't have possessions. I haven't made millions from my music. That's not where my richness lies. My richness is life, forever.
I think I've heard something like that.
You've definitely heard it before.
I've heard something, I think I've heard that before. Which is a powerful speech, bro. That is powerful. Because, you know, like, nowadays, you know, as teenagers, man, we tend to take a lot of things for granted.
Yes.
You know, we feel like, no, this guy drives this car at this age. You know, we feel like, okay, no, my parents are doing something wrong. I'm doing something. You don't appreciate yourself. You don't know what they got, what they did to get that. You don't know whether it's real, whether it's not. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying it's not real, but You know, maybe they worked harder than you did. So that's the results. That's their fruit. That's what they reap from what they sowed. So I think instead of saying you're doing something wrong, you know, you should get up, do something about it, and then you'll see the outcome.
You know, I've heard that some cars turn into frogs at night. Eh? Some of these Rolls Royces we see at night when you go park them, they turn into frogs. You never know what people do to get their riches.
I don't believe in African stuff. Okay, I'm African, but I don't believe in like this African stuff.
I must take you to my village, my brother. You need to see something.
Unless
I must take you to my village. You need to see something.
If they're flying brooms, we can go anytime.
Brooms, my brother, we have GPS lightning that can track you wherever you are, my brother. But anyways, we're not on that. There's still a lot more to uncover from Chris's story, and we'll get right into that after the commercial break.
Jesus took bread, declared it his body for the disciples, and commanded them to do it in remembrance of him. He then took the cup, calling it the new covenant of his blood, and instructed them to drink it in remembrance of him. On this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning at our Good God Church headquarters in Saradine, Johannesburg, we are going to have our Lord's Supper with our Reverend Pastor Maria Anisi Mwakasanj, number 5 Barrow Street, Saradine. Good God Church.
Welcome back from the ad break. We heard about Chris and how he navigated his way through high school and some of the challenges that he faced, with one of them being depression. Chris, so what triggered rather this depression that you experienced?
It's a lot of things, bro. Well, let's start off with parents going against what I loved, which is playing rugby.
Yeah.
That affected me big time, bro.
Oh.
You know, like, I don't want to say this, but they say men don't cry, but at some points I would be like, they don't want me to go to practice, I just sit in my room and be like, I just feel like crying, bro, and be like.
Did you cry though? Because I mean, I've cried in my days. Sometimes it goes like that. Did you cry?
I didn't cry. Andrew Tate says, I didn't cry, but a few tears ran down my eyes.
So you shed a few tears?
So I shed a few, but I didn't cry.
So you didn't cry, okay.
I didn't cry. I just shed a few.
Chris don't cry.
But men don't cry, bro. You shed a few. You just let down
when you put it like that, it makes sense.
But like that affected me, bro. Like, it's something I loved. Eventually I got to love it. And then boom, that's where I got a new passion, content creating. But then things were not going the way I want them to. So I got into that situation being like, I grew up watching a lot of content creators, I had a lot of inspiration, So the way that things were going, and I compared to mine, it
wasn't the same thing.
It wasn't the same thing. So I feel like, maybe all this is not meant for me. And then eventually when things started working out, I put out this one video.
Yeah.
That video changed everything, bro. It went viral. I got 3 million views.
Okay.
I think.
From just one video.
One video.
All right.
Bro, the hate that came with that video, I got into deep depression, bro.
From the hate
that came from the video.
But I wish I was there at the time so I could tell you that, we have this proverb in my language that says, a mango that doesn't get stoned is not ready yet.
Oof.
So if you're a mango in a tree and nobody is stoning you, no one's trying to take you down.
But what's the thing,
It's not juicy yet,
growing up, as a man, we have this thing where you don't open up, which is what's killing a lot of people. You don't open up. You let it kill you by yourself. Because, you feel like they will judge you. Because I remember I told one friend that I won't mention. I told one friend and I'm like, hey, this is how this thing is affecting me. And, instead of showing support, be like, it's like, no, you're doing it wrong. You can't let such stuff. Treating it like it's a light thing, but on me, it was heavy. It was serious, bro. It got to a point where I wanted to delete my account. But then I'm like, no. Instead, let me delete the app.
And not the account.
Because every time I want to check, what are people now saying? So I keep going back. It's hurting me, but I keep going back.
Because you want to see.
Because I want to see. But then it got to a point I'm like, you know what, delete the app for like a week or two and see what happens. And it worked. When I came back, you know, I was now used to it. I came
the
back
hype had
strong.
died down as well.
Yeah, I came back strong. I'm like, you know what, whatever they say, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
They're viewing either ways. So it's a win for myself.
It's a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win, bro. So like, yeah, I feel like it made me grow up in a way, but also it made me realize that, you know, not everything is going to work out the way you want it to. Things will work out the way you want and something will work out against you.
Yes.
So yeah, eventually I started coming out of it. What helped the most is I started traveling. I started moving around to like find myself more.
Okay.
I haven't stopped creating content. I stopped completely, stopped uploading for like 5 months.
Well, that's a long time.
Even followers dropped, everything dropped. I'm like, nah, I won't let this, you know, kill me and whatever.
Yeah.
I love it, but let me take a break, find myself, and then come back proper.
I like
Which
that.
worked. You know, I started traveling around, and yeah, things seemed to work out exactly how I planned to, which is why now I came back and doing what I love to do.
I know, I like that. And, you know, this is something that most people don't talk about, and especially in our society, it has become a societal norm that, you know, men don't speak out about whatever is facing or whatever troubles they are facing. And even with social media, I mean, social media is fun for the most part, and until you realize that no, the people actually creating that content do receive a lot of hate, and this is stuff that does affect people negatively. And you know, without the right help and without the right mindset and without intervention from God, it is difficult to navigate through that. I mean,
True,
you know,
true.
you were given a platform. I mean, most things don't come on a silver platter. On a silver platter. I mean.
True.
You are not given a platform. You've got all of these viewers seeing you. They don't know who you are. Problem is now there's hate, and you know you wanted to delete your whole, deactivate your whole account. What would happen to all those things? Gone just like that. And now imagine tomorrow you're like, oh God, please give me more followers. I'm like, well, my son, I gave it to you.
But you know, there's a deeper thing to this. You know, if you look at the mental part, especially for men, you know, this might be a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but let's look at what's happening now. You know, the whole purple movement.
Yes.
You know, what is it? GBV.
Yeah, gender-based violence.
Yeah, GBV. Guys, I don't condemn it. You know, GBV needs to end, bro. It needs to end. But you know what a lot of people don't look at is that GBV is gender-based violence, not just women-based violence.
Because it affects both, even the men as well.
It affects men. There's a lot of guys that have died in a woman's hand
Yeah.
because they didn't want to speak.
True.
You know, so I feel like, check on your friends, check on guys, bro. You know, like they go through a lot too. You know, there's a lot of people that, you know, like they just go through a lot, and then they just need someone to come speak to them. I'm not gonna come to you and be like, hey, Kutuai, this is happening, bro. It's rough.
You know, most of the time as guys, you tell me that, I was like, my guy, tough it out, you know, just
I'll
like it
be
out.
like,
You're a man.
Yeah, Mara. You know, you just need to go to them and be like, hey, I noticed lately you're moving different. You know, what's happening? Are you okay? You know, they, bro, it's gonna get like, yeah,
this is
you know
something
what?
serious
Let
now.
me just speak.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I like that. I like. So now with, have you gone back to content creating?
Yeah, I have.
And how has that been since you came back?
So far, so good, bro. Yo, the love is too much.
The love is too much now.
The love is too
I mean,
much.
look at the trade-off from the hate you first received when you started to the love that you now get. We actually attended your meet and greet last week Saturday, I think.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there for the first few minutes of it, and then I had to go somewhere else. How did that go? Tell us about that.
Oh, guys, you know, I was surprised on how it turned out. I mean, I expected a few people, but eventually people started coming to a point where I started worrying that we're gonna get kicked out of the
Because
mall.
there were so many people that came to see you.
There's been people that came to not to see me, to show love, to support the
Yeah.
community, you know, which I really, 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 really appreciate. Bro, it got to a point where they had securities following us around, watching us and all that stuff, and I'm like, wow. We were not even allowed to go to some places. They told us, no, you guys stay there,
Oh, wow.
in that place.
Because you guys are that many.
So, look, I really appreciate the support, the love. I appreciate everyone that made it happen. You know, I have a few friends that made it happen. They were involved as well in making the whole thing possible. So I really appreciate everything, guys.
I love that. So now you'd say you're at a place where, if you look back and meet the version of you that was in the period of COVID, would that version of you be proud?
You too much.
Okay.
Too much. Because wow.
So the growth is that much.
Yo, bro, like, it got to a point where my biggest inspirations are now my friends. People I used to watch growing up,
They're not your friends.
they're now my friends. And I'm like,
Can you name
wow.
a few so we can just get a
Well,
little gist?
I grew up watching King Omar.
Okay.
We're not that close, but we cool. Robot Boy.
Okay.
Grew up, like this time he started going viral and all that stuff. I grew up watching Logan Paul and KSI, but I didn't like KSI. I liked Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But then I was so happy the day Logan Paul viewed my story.
Oh, wow.
And I was
Okay.
happy the day KSI viewed my story and he reposted.
Wow.
So like, those are some of the few things I'm really grateful for. And also I'm thankful for the friends I made along the way, you know, because I made a lot of friends. I mean, from the time I started, there's people I never knew that I met along the way, and they played a huge part in my life. I mean, like this guy, W nigga.
Stop.
Why you blushing?
Hey. Should I call you? No, let's not get
Pepe Julius Onziba.
So now, would you say that God cooked?
Bro, God cook. You know, guys, man. I'm a Christian guy, you know. I grew up in a Christian home. Bro, Mara, it was rough, bro. You know, when you go to church, you play, then they tell you, when we get home, it's chai for you, my boy.
You know, you're getting that one.
You're getting whooped, bro. So, you know, go to church, you know, you gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
I sang in the choir, you know, so I...
Oh, you can sing?
No. But then I used to. When I was young, bro,
okay.
come on, don't make me do those
I mean,
things.
yeah, most of us can. Now,
It's just,
so
and now you're gonna lose all.
you don't want to lose order, hey? Okay,
lose
sorry.
So like, you know, grew up in a Christian family, you know, where we go to church every Sunday, encourage each other, stuff like that.
Yes.
So, no, God played a huge part in my life, bro. Because there's some times where I'd focus on the Bible, focus on going to church, focus on finding Christ, my way. You know, like, basically, I put my whole life on Christ, you know, and my life isn't perfect right now, you know. My life isn't perfect right now. It's not where I want it to be spiritually, but, you know, every day is a new opportunity to try, you know. God gave us life, and the fact that we still wake up is a chance for us to, you know, do something better, to worship Him and to turn our lives around.
Oh wow! Okay, I love that. I love that. Let's go back to let's go to an ad break now. When we come back, we will hear a bit more from Chris, and then we'll close off the show.
Jesus took bread, declared it his body for the disciples, and commanded them to do it in remembrance of him. He then took the cup, calling it the new covenant of his blood, and instructed them to drink it in remembrance of him. On this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning at our Good God Church headquarters in Saradine, Johannesburg, we are going to have our Lord's Supper with our Reverend Pastor Maria Kanyisi Mwakasanj, number 5 Barrow Street, Saradine. Good God Church.
Welcome back from the ad break. We are going to hear the last bits of Chris' story and what led him here where he is today. He spoke to us about how he's always been a devoted Christian, and that has helped him navigate through life and all of life's obstacles. Now that you are here, what do you want to tell somebody out there who's had their dreams cut off? Somebody who is no longer able to do what they love, what they thought would be their future. What
Guys,
would you tell them?
guys, pray and pray and pray. You know, especially for teenagers, bro. there's this thing where you feel like you'll be left out, or your friends will discriminate you if you talk about Christ. So, you know, you don't show them your church version. You show them the gangster version of you.
The hood version, the
The
street
hood
guy.
version, you know, the nonchalant guy. Guys, you know, no, that's not the right way, honestly. You know, your friends won't be there anytime you need them, but God is always going to be there for you. You know, if you sit in your room, you'll have friends discourage you. You'll have ones that uplift you, and you'll have ones that discourage you, but God will never leave you, you know. So all I'm going to say is just pray. You know, chase your dreams, pray. Don't live to impress. The only person you need to impress is the one up there. The rest, you
Forget
don't owe
about
them anything, bro. You don't owe them anything, because, yeah, just do you, focus on God. Because once you focus on God, you fix yourself spiritually, trust me. Everything else is going to work out exactly how you want it to work out. Because God says, there's a scripture that says, ask and you shall be given.
Yes.
And if you don't ask, you'll get nothing.
Exactly. You won't get
So
anything.
ask, you shall be given. And put the kingdom first. The rest will be added on to you.
Hey, that is word. That is word right there.
So yeah, put the kingdom first.
You know, Pastor Chris Perry.
Talk to me nice.
I love it. I love it. You know, your story reminds me a lot about the story of Joseph in the Bible. You know, the boy with the striped coat. If Joseph never went to prison, imagine now you are in Potiphar's house, basically living the life. You know, Potiphar is there. He's one of those top shots in the government. You are there. You run his household. You're living the life. And then his wife accuses you of, you know, forcing yourself onto her. Now you go to jail. I can just imagine that your story. Now you managed to get into a rival school, which was charting in the rugby stats at the time as well. And you now got there like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm living the life now. You get an injury. Now Joseph is in jail. Now you can't play. You are now immobilized. You can't play anymore. I can just imagine that story. What Joseph went through and what you went through is very similar. But then look at it now. One door closes, so a gate can open. And now your gates have been opened. You are now standing on a very massive platform where you are able to even, you know, introduce people to Christ, people that don't know. So what is the vision that you have, looking at your story, you know, backdating to where it all started, who your influences were? What would you like to do with your platform in the coming future?
Well, guys, with my platform, I want to educate. I want to educate and to inspire. There's a lot of stuff I don't do on my platform. Sometimes I reject collaborations that involve some stuff because that's not what I want to be seen as out there. That's not what I want the kids to see. Because before, when I did YouTube, I had a lot of young kids watch my YouTube. So even right now on my Instagram, it's a lot of 18 to 24s.
Okay, that's like
So
that's like the youth basically.
So I want to set an example that, you know, you don't need that whole different lifestyle to, you know, be loved by people. Okay, maybe if I do all that stuff, I do it, but not on the internet. I'm not going to show you.
You're not trying to promote that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to promote that. But, you know, like, yeah, just when things go wrong, just know something is going to go right. Because one door needs to be closed for a new one to be opened.
I love that.
Just do whatever is right, you know. Don't do what you're pressured to do. Do what you feel like is right coming from your heart. Because if your consciousness is Christ trained,
Yes.
you'll do things in Christ's way, the way God wants you to do it. So whatever you do, you won't have second thoughts of like, what if it's bad? What if it's this? Because sometimes we do stuff and we feel like, no, this is wrong, but I will still do it.
Yeah, regardless.
Consciousness is Christ trained. So if you feel like it's wrong, don't do it.
Hey, guys, our brother's been going to church. He said his consciousness is Christ trained. My first time
Not
hearing
completely,
this, right?
not completely.
But it's getting there.
I'm struggling spiritually, but every day is a new opportunity to find myself.
As your brother, I'm here to help you with your spiritual walk. Whenever you need me, give me a call. I don't mind with that.
Anytime.
Of course. That's what we're about, man. That's what
Really
we're about.
appreciate the love, man.
That's what we're about, man. So as we all strive to have a Christian, a consciousness that's Christ trained, we'll continue to spread the gospel and we'll continue to share our stories here on Deep Chats. If you've got a story that hits hard, we've got an ear to listen and we've got an audience that's eagerly waiting to hear your testimony. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay tuned for the next one.
Make sure you guys subscribe too
Don't forget to subscribe as well.
and like the video.